channel. And for all of you who are not familiar with me, I am Vicky from Get Your Soulmate, Dump the Rest. I do live tarot readings during the weekends, and I post a whole bunch of videos to assist you to be with your person and dump the rest. All right, so I'm just giving everybody a moment to jump on. I've noticed that YouTube has been a little different with how they are attracting, and I'm doing readings late at night tonight, but I thought I would jump on. I didn't do as many today as I was hoping. And hey everyone, we can start off with doing a collective reading. So let's do a collective reading for everyone. All right, so what's going on here? Well, I see here there is some overthinking of trying to get some attention. You want to be recognized, you want to be validated, you want to know that you are being able to accomplish something. I'm seeing here that you have been trying to process how would be the best way to get there. And it's happening a lot because, you know, you want positivity, you want love, you want to be successful, you want joy, and really, you just want to be able to have healthier relationships. And you don't know what step that you need to go forward to move ahead. Your person looks like they feel hopeless. They feel like, you know, you've put a lot of effort in, but you're feeling like it's time to stop. You've gotten so far, but it's just getting too hard, because they do feel like there is no, they feel hopeless. They don't feel like there's any effort here anymore. And so in the past, it seems like you wasn't sure what's taken place. You questioned if there was secrets that you didn't know that was there. And it was because of the fact that you felt, you know, you got this because things never ended. It was always something going on. So you started looking at, is there something under here that I never really got ahead of? You know, you're hardworking, you're really responsible, you're very loyal, you're very dedicated, but your person hasn't been showing up, the one that you're passionate about, the one that you are really excited about. Well, the news is they are coming back. There will be a renewal in this. There's either some adjustment that's happening, some shift that's happening, or you need to believe that it's happening for it to happen for you. You know, your person may not be your lover. They may not be who you wanted them to be as your soulmate, but they definitely can be your provider. They can be somebody who's going to make you feel validated and worthy and make you feel the way that you want to feel after all. I'm seeing here for the collective, many people here may be feeling that their energy is unclear. Maybe the person that they really want to be with, you know, you don't know if they're going to be coming, or, you know, they keep on telling you they don't know how they feel. Maybe they're unclear of how they express themselves. Maybe they are always, you know, saying, I'm not sure if I want this connection, because nobody wants to feel that they want to be convenienced. And so right now you have to keep on letting go. Everybody that you want to get attached to, you have to let go. And it's getting really hard to do it. Hey, hey, hi, Kalina. So I'm doing a collective reading right now. So for those who are in the collective that is here, you feel lonely, you feel depleted, and you just want to know that, you know, there's going to be success here. I see that as you let go and you release those feelings of loneliness, you're going to see that those boundaries are going to become more and more understanding that you've been activated in your soul and that your true purpose and destiny in your life was to heal, and that as you heal, your person will show up. Um, no, you don't need to know. Well, I'm I'm glad that you are here showing up and supporting, but your collective message was pretty good for everyone. All right. How is everyone tonight? I might have to bring, oh, I dropped a card. How is everyone tonight? Is everybody having a great weekend? I'll bring this up so I can see my messages better. Anybody want to have a check-in in their energies tonight? Sometimes the best thing to do when you don't have anything good to say is to leave. Have a good night. Okay. All right. So let me see here. I'm just going to go and bring up our messages. So don't leave. You are amazing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not leaving. I'm just getting started. I was just trying to bring up your YouTube here so I can make sure I can see all these messages. All right. Who wants to read? Who would like to have a quick little check-in on their energy? Okay. Temporal shorts. Temporal shorts. Oh, there. I have the chats up. Now I can go and read you guys, see it a little bit easier. Okay, Robert thinks I'm his mom. All right. Temporal shorts. Hello, Lynn. Hi, Rando. I like this image sketchy. All right. All right. I'm going to go and do temporal. I hope you're all having a great night. I am going to be posting a little workshop on doing Akashic records for all of those who wants to know. All right. So, absolutely, not a problem. All right, so I am getting here. I'm just, I'm getting here. There's something here about somebody that you're really passionate about, somebody that is like your ultimate person. Um, it seems like something ended and you are trying to shift through this transformation. You're not sure if you need to let go. You're not sure if it's because it seems like, you know, is it over? And you're kind of feeling a little challenged by it. I see your person, it just doesn't want to put any effort. He doesn't want to be inconvenienced. He doesn't want to, you know, it's not that there's conflict. He just doesn't want to, you know, deal with it. So he just doesn't want to be inconvenienced in any way. And so I see here in the past, there just was, sure, sketchy, you can be next. I'm seeing here in the past, there was a disconnection, some kind of disconnection, and it was you pushing them away. You were, you know, like, no, this can't be happening. You were in denial. You were sabotaging. Like there was just something that you needed to push them away. And, you know, that's because you weren't really understanding your intuition. Your intuition was a little confusing to you. And that's because you're used to taking on the responsibilities and the burdens, and it didn't feel right to you. It just felt like, you know, this is too good to be true. And this seems like it was like a happy surprise, but it kind of scared you a lot. And so this is not complete. Just to let you know, there is more that's going to be happening here. Yeah, you're going to get an apology from this person. When are you going to be getting an apology? Trying to get an idea of when you're going to get your apology. But yeah, there is going to be a sorry. There is an apology somewhere. There's a communication that's going to happen between you two. And, you know, this apology is going to happen because they've realized that they changed. They realized there's something here that they somehow they're going to see that they weren't the person that they wanted to be showing up for you. So here they are. Let me see if I can get an idea of when this is going to happen for you. Oh, real fast, actually. It's going to be happening real fast. In fact, because of the fact that you're going to be able to feel good with your nervous system inside, internally, you're going to feel good. When you're feeling good inside, you're going to see everything shifting really fast. And you're going to see it's kind of like the truth is going to come out and it's going to shake you up a little bit. So watch your nervous system a little bit when it happens, because you know there was a lesson here for you to also learn. It was something that it was something that had to come through. It had to come out. And you're either the catalyst or they are. But you think that this is over? It's not. It's actually going to come around again. Tempura shorts. Are you going through a breakup? Because it seems like there is a reconciliation here. And it's going to happen really fast. And it's all going to happen because they know you didn't deserve to be treated the way that they did. It's, you know, it's not a goodbye. It's not a, this is not the end. And so you're wondering if you should move on. That's going to start off again. All right. Tempura. Sketchy, you're next. Oh, you're in a relationship. Well, yeah, it's saying that everything is going to be working out. So, um, it showed your King of Wands upside down. And so because it was showing your King of Wands upside down and it showed a death card. So maybe there is something going on and it's not your relationship that actually is going through an ending, but there is a death card. So maybe a job had stopped, or maybe there's an ending of something else that's happening. But it looks like, actually, if I looked at this reading in a different way, it's definitely maybe showing something going on that maybe you and your person is not going through an ending, but needing to deal with one. And because it looks like it's a grieving time for someone. All right, I'm gonna do sketchy, but yeah, something was coming out there about things look like it was good for you, but there's an ending of some sort. All right. Me too. Me too, sketchy. Me too. All right. I usually usually there's a possibility. Sometimes I hit more than 20. Like I've been on this where I've hit like 700 at one time. If you wanted to ask a question, can you send a payment on PayPal? You can. You can also click that little $ in your chat and do it that way too. But yeah, I have PayPal. Yeah, 700. Yeah, 700. Yeah, I remember one time I had 1,500 on a live, and it can get a little overwhelming. PayPal. Just a minute. What is my love wheel? It's under Get Your Soulmate and Dump the Rest. I don't. Is it Vicky Martin MUA? I think it's. It might be. I don't know my PayPal address right off the hat. You can see it on my page. It is. You can probably see it on my page. I won't be able to. I can't seem to think of my PayPal account right now. All right, sketchy. Let's get to you. Yeah. Sketchy. You know what? 1,500. I was on for like 3 hours, so it was a lot going on. All right. All right, sketchy. I have here that you've been working on your victim mindset. You've been working on your limited beliefs. You've been trying to do your affirmations. You've been trying to do, I don't know if you're working through meditations or affirmations or how you're talking to yourself, because I see some changes here and you're really shifting the energy. But you're being a little rigid on how you're doing it. I'm seeing here, you're doing it like it's hard work. There's a lot of effort here. You're not being just like free flowing here. You're like going by the book. I see here in the past it appears like you were a little fearless. You did whatever, you know, you felt good. You were just like, you know, playing it like a game, however you did it. You know, whether it's the stories you said, whether it's like you talked to the universe like it was your friend. Um, it just seems like it just seems like things seemed fated. Things seemed magical. Everything seemed to be going. Everything was easy, and you know, you didn't have to do things by the book. You just kind of like made up your own rules, and the thing is, you know, you didn't have the conflicts and you didn't have the troubles, but you started paying attention to others. You started paying attention to everybody's values and opinions and trying to listen to the rules. And what's happened is you notice that everything started to change in how you engaged with people. You started noticing things, and there was a shift in the energy because of what you were paying attention to. Let's see. Yeah. Something to do with your energy. Your energy shifted. Your energy. I'm seeing here a couple of times that you are taking on people's energy like a sponge. You're taking on people like a sponge. It just seems like sometimes when, for no reason at all, it just seems like, yeah. You're trying to focus on your future. You know, you're focusing on how you can have a better future. You're thinking about growing old. You're thinking about what you want. You're starting to well, actually, originally your question about your mindset has a lot to do with your money, not your love. This is not coming up about a love reading. It's coming up about your security and your financial wealth. I am seeing here that don't be so hard and just protect your finances. Watch how you manage. Don't go and give in to don't give in to laziness, and don't give in to keep healthy boundaries when it comes to your money, because if not, you're gonna find that somebody can distract you from where you want to go. Let me look at this a little bit, because yeah, it is telling me that it's a good time to clean out any negativity energetically. So you may need to just take some time. Yeah, yeah. Just take some time to go and just get yourself grounded into what could be a nice positive outcome. And if there's a possibility that you could have a negative, oh, that's so kind of you. That would be kind of you. You're going to be absolutely next, Valeria. So I'm seeing here that if you if somebody doesn't pay you back, then that's going to ruin your friendship, but it's also going to give you a lot of negativity, and it's going to be energy that you're going to hold on to. And that's the thing, there is something to do with, you need to have a little bit of a spiritual reprieve, a little bit of a cleansing. And so there seems to be, in the past, you've had a lot more of freedom, and where you're trying to manage your money more wisely. In order to see growth, you need to see things flowing in a nice positive way. So if you're going to hand money to somebody, you're going to be paying too much attention to that person holding on to that money, and whether or not that money is going to come back, and it's going to go right back into your victim mentality, because you're working on your abundance mindset, but you're not quite there. And so you still are struggling a little bit with that here. You're struggling a little bit with it. There is some limited beliefs here that you need to work through. But it does show you doing a lot of work. You're actually a hard worker. There is something to do with working hard for your money. So maybe it has something to do with Saturn in your chart, and where Saturn is hitting you hard. With Saturn and Neptune in conjunct right now in the charts, you're going to see that everybody is going through some kind of where Neptune had put a veil over you for a bit. So there is, this is crazy, I just loaned out, oh, crazy. Oh, so this is probably why your reading is all about money. Yeah. So let's see if I get some advice for you. Yeah. Okay. It looks like you and this person, you were really hopeful, and you were hoping that they wouldn't ghost you, for example. And, you know, it shows in the past, you know, things were really good, and you got along really great, and you had a lot of trust in them. But you weren't really listening to your gut. You weren't really listening to your heart. And, you know, here you are waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're a very patient person. But it's not making you really happy. In fact, you're not paying attention to how you're feeling. I am showing here that it's something that you're going to have to move on from. And when you move on from this, you're going to get yourself back into that balance of understanding who your friends are, and not to part with money unless you're going to give it away. Like, never loan money. And because you're too much of a hard worker, you work too hard for your money to part. And in fact, you know, money gives you joy, and giving it away can bring people joy. But if that's not your intention, it's really important for you to, right, well, that's the thing. It's just only creating negativity. It's only creating karma, and it's only creating energy that's not necessary. It's not necessary at all. But yeah, it looks like this is a karmic lesson for you to actually work through. And unfortunately, this is a karmic lesson to learn through a non-relationship, or not a committed relationship, not a love relationship. So I always believe well, yeah, you're actually finding out now the value of people, and so sorry about that, but that's what came through for you. All right, let's go to my lovely donation gift. Valerie, you're next. All right. My ponytail is such a mess. I have like, what is this? I was taking my bun out and I must have, I've got pins in it still. I had a bun in. I'm so sorry, but my bun is still half in my hair. All right. How does Eric feel about our connection? All right. Let's ask. All right. Let's ask. All right. So, I'm getting some things for you. All right. So, Eric is his name. Sorry, I hear the sirens going. All right. So Eric here, you're questioning if he is your divine masculine. And it's showing here that he hasn't been moving forward. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the sirens. He hasn't been moving forward. He hasn't been putting the effort in this. Oh, so sorry. He hasn't been putting the effort into this. He's been acting like you know, he's not acting like he's not acting like he doesn't want this. He's just I'm not saying he's confused, but I'll explain what I'm getting here. All right, so I'm showing here in the past, it was how you manifest it. It's something to do with either there was some legalities involved or there was a contract or paper. There's something here where you made a promise or he had made a promise. I think there was a promise here that was made. And when that promise was being made, you were in denial about, you didn't want to see what this means. Like, so, like, I'm not sure if there was some kind of legality and you're like, yeah, that will just blow over. It's just kind of like you didn't, there's like something here that you didn't want to look at. And, but you kind of like got through it really fast. It was just some kind of minor thing and you got through it really fast. But it kind of sat with you for a while, kind of made you feel like your nervous system reacted. And it kind of made you feel a little ungrounded and unstable. And it's like all I can see is like a red flag. And there was something here that felt like a red flag. And when that red flag happened, you all of a sudden seem to have this new sense of inspiration. Like, I think it's a catalyst type of energy here. I don't know if there's something going on, but he's not telling you something. Does he suffer from... I think he has something here he has to tell you. I'm not saying a secret. I think there is something you don't know. And I think he even tried to tell you and you just didn't want to hear him. Does he get depressed? Yeah. Does he get obsessed? Yeah, he definitely shuts down. Shuts down. I definitely got that. Like it's like a nervous system thing with you guys. But something is coming up about law. And I don't know if it is law of attraction or there is absolutely something going on with law here. Maybe he's a cop. I don't know. But definitely there is something to do with the nervous system and how the nervous system needs to regulate itself. And so when he kind of shuts down, he stonewalls. Stonewalls. Stonewaller here, yeah, for sure. All right, so he is stonewalling you. Ooh, yeah, that makes sense right here. So he stonewalls to process. Oh, maybe it's him who pushes you away and not you push him away, but then it kind of goes away really quickly. You can kind of just like pass it over, but it upsets you. And it makes you feel a little hopeless here, but you know, then he's like back and he's fine. So, but yeah, he struggles, I think, with, I don't know if he gets unhappy and he just shuts down, or if things doesn't go his way, he shuts down. But he does get a little obsessed with you too. Yeah, he has something to tell you. He just doesn't know how to express himself. Let me dig a little deeper, shall we? But he's definitely somebody who, yeah, stonewalls. So when his emotions get overwhelming, he shuts down. He doesn't know how to process. Oh, you have messages here. Yeah. Let's see. So when it comes to his feelings, that one is a tough one for him to work through. So let's look at the potential of this relationship. Let's look at the potential of this relationship. Not to be concerned. It's not that he has secrets he's keeping from you. He just has a difficult time knowing how to express himself. I know that it seems that it's been really hard, and it seems like when things are going really good, it's just like it's happened suddenly. But this is not because you're at fault here. Don't be so hard on yourself and don't take it personally. It's just that you and him don't process. His emotional intelligence is not really high, is what I'm getting here. His emotional intelligence is a little challenging sometimes to keep up with your level of emotional intelligence. But definitely there's love here. He looks like he's staying with you. You just have to figure out how to not be walking on eggshells or disrupting your nervous system, and to be able to work it out. Maybe it would be best if you guys had a form of a plan. Maybe you should do some research on how to work with somebody who stonewalls, because this is just, it's a wound from his father. um, Maybe it's something his father taught him to do. Maybe his father told him not to express himself. Maybe his father told him, don't cry, don't have feelings. And he just doesn't know how to deal with his, especially when he gets in a dark place. I think that he gets depressed, or he has some trouble expressing himself. But I definitely see here it's something to do with his father having an influence on his behavior. And so, but I see you two working it out. Yeah, I keep on getting, he can't stop thinking about you. Can't stop thinking about you. He doesn't know, he doesn't know how to tell you. Remember, it's not that you care more. He may care more than you do. He's just not able to express it. So this is what it means to have a higher emotional intelligence than he does, is because he may feel a lot. In fact, he just was taught how to suppress it. And just because he knows how to suppress it doesn't mean that he feels less than you. He just doesn't express it. So if you're looking for validation, that is about you, reacting from a wound where I need to be validated, because love doesn't need to be validated. It's just there. And so how he expresses himself through, you find out what his love language is. And when you find out his love language, you may find out that he's expressing all the time how much he loves you. He just doesn't know how to get the message to you. It's just kind of like when we're getting information from our guides. If you don't understand the language, you would not understand what that communication is. So you may be saying, hey, I'm not intuitive. I don't know how to go and get those messages anytime. Well, what's happening is that it's not that you can't get those messages at any time. They're communicating with you all the time. You just don't know how to read the messages. So there is a possibility that you need to figure out his love language. And don't talk to him on your love language. See if you can understand that when he's expressing himself, maybe through his love language, maybe he needs to go and cook you a meal. Maybe his love language is, touching you. Maybe his love language is, how he communicates is because it's just all he knows. He just doesn't know how to process his own emotions. He thinks of you all the time, right? He just doesn't know what that means. Hey, Sketchy. Yeah, no, he just doesn't. So I'm getting here that what he wants to tell you is not toxic. What he just doesn't know how to tell you how he feels. He just does not know how to tell you how he feels. So it's not that he's like I'm getting here. This is, he's not in his head. He's not overthinking. He just doesn't know how to express himself. This is a fated relationship. He knows. He knows he loves you. He knows how he feels about you. It's just, this is not going to go, he doesn't want you to go. He just doesn't know how to tell you. And, at times you stayed when you should have probably gone, and so you confuse him sometimes. And so he kind of also gets upsetting you. So he's just really kind of confused sometimes, and it upsets him to upset you. In fact, it hurts him more than you know. And he sometimes thinks that he is not getting ahead because he doesn't know how to share with you what's going on. That, you know, he feels like he should be able to give you more, and he doesn't know how to give that to you. And it's not that he's overthinking. He just doesn't know how to process it. I think he thinks that you deserve more. So it upsets him and makes him depressed. And I think it's just because of, you know, you are somebody that is very clear when you communicate yourself. You're very clear. You're very coherent. You have emotional intelligence that's quite high. You have a way of having him look at things in a different perspective. You know, you can see that both sides, both stories. But, you know, sometimes you say this is not going anywhere, and that he has to make a choice, and that is where things kind of go sideways a little bit. Yeah, he feels unstable. You recognize all his effort and work. So what this is saying is, yeah, but there's a lot to do with projections here. Projections. So you were saying that he doesn't express himself. You question if he loves you. Meanwhile, I'm telling you that he's not saying anything, but he loves you a lot. And so what it is you're mirroring each other. One sees themselves, and it's hard for each of you to see yourselves, which happens in deep relationships like this. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's hard to not feel it's hard for him because he wants to adore you and love you and give you what you deserve, and he feels that it's attention that he doesn't know how to give you. And you know, even though he keeps coming back to express how he feels, he doesn't feel that you guys really ever see eye to eye, and he just doesn't know how to make that happen. And so sometimes there is times when he just doesn't know how to express to you what he feels. And so he feels like he's what is, I'm trying to think of that word when you're being deceptive, but you're not. He feels that you deserve so much more, and he just feels like he's not good at what he's not good at what he's trying to offer you. He thinks, I think he just has a negative way of seeing himself. Like, because of He's trying to express that he loves you. He just doesn't know how. And so he thinks that he's worthless. But he's got things that he wants to say to you. He just doesn't know how to express them. Keeps on coming up. He doesn't know how to communicate what he feels. And if you were able to listen, will you hear him out? Because he's scared that you won't get it in what he's trying to express himself as. All right. That's interesting. All right, let me see. Let's see if I can get. So we know what's a challenge. It's an obstacle that you have. I'm gonna get nosy. I'm gonna check something for you. Yeah. I see here that, you know, there is an opportunity for healing here. And this opportunity for healing means that you need to let go of the old way that you know. You need to create a better way to communicate. Think of his love language. Think of the ways that he learned to express himself. Because when it comes to your heart and your head is always looking for him to tell you, to validate, to make you feel loved. But deep down inside, you yourself don't feel loved. And this has something to do with something that wasn't completed in the past. And so I see here you've been working on now getting rid of the negative thoughts that you had about things, and you've been working through the negative thoughts, like regarding, you know, even though you're looking for the best out of the situation, it just seems like you had a lot of anxiety that you had a need to let go of. I see here you doing a lot of the work. You're not focusing so much on him giving you that validation so much. I do see, though, that you have to think of creative ways to, if the door is shut, you need to go through the window. And when he stonewalls, it has nothing to do with you. It is, yeah, I'm seeing that. You're trying to rewire your thinking and self-love. I'm absolutely seeing that. You need to see that you are going to receive your blessing. You know, if you want it all, you're going to get it all. Because I see it here. You just have to be easygoing. You need to give him lots of space to feel safe, because this has a lot to do with him not feeling safe, and he needs to know that it's okay and that you understand him, because he needs to feel seen and he needs to be heard, and he doesn't know how to express that. And it's not that he's lazy. It's not that he's lazy. Sometimes we can go and say, oh, they're so lazy. They don't want to be inconvenienced. But really, this person just doesn't know how to process his emotions. All right. I got to figure out who was the next one we're going to get a reading with. All right, so Tempora Shorts. I did you, Sketchy. Marina, you still here? Marina, you still here? I hope that helped you out a lot, Valeria. Advice to make him feel safe. I think that the best advice that I can give you to make him feel safe is to trust that he is just self-regulating. And what you need to do is make yourself feel safe. Let your nervous system regulate itself. Don't let his dysregulation activate your nervous system dysregulation. And if you can keep yourself regulated, that will make him feel safe. Because him walking on eggshells is not going to make you feel good, and it's not going to make him feel good. Hey, Love Wheel. All right, let's go back to Marina. I'll do you. Marina, did you give me a question? I see hello. Did you give me a question, Marina? I can just read for you. I don't know if you gave me a question. All right. Marina. I have some answers for you. I see you here trying to work through some limited beliefs. I don't know if you're doing tapping, but you're trying to do your affirmations. You're trying to figure out how to not run or walk away or leave. I don't see you ever being separated. Just, you're like, oh, I don't want to walk away. I don't want to go. But you're working on the stress of it. You're trying to be really, let's just say you're trying to be not stressed out. And so you're working through those affirmations. You're trying to keep yourself calm. The twin flame kind of went sideways in the past. I'm seeing here that no one compared to them. They were the only one that belonged to you. And so that's because everything was just too easy. You didn't even have to put any effort here. It just like happened. So easy. It has a lot to do with something is hidden in your manifestations, because that's coming up. You need to understand how you're manifesting success. If you manifest, you can manifest success here. I'm getting that, by the way. I am seeing here that in the past, things went sideways, and, that's just because everything went too easy and you weren't prepared for when it went sideways and you didn't know really what you were supposed to do. And you kind of got stuck. In fact, you got stuck hard. You kind of got blocked. And so your masculine energy and feminine energy got a little, off too. Um, I'm seeing that you have to regain the desire, and it's kind of like some something that you need to learn here. You have the inspiration, you have the dedication, but there is something here that you have to learn how to do. And when you do it, and I know it just sounds, but this is what's coming through. When you know how to do it, you're gonna see um, you're gonna see both inside and outside, everything balancing through. You're gonna see party towards you just as much as them. So you're gonna see that magnet happening again. Um, let's see here if I can get to what you need to learn to do, because you don't have quite all the tools yet. There's just something you need to do here. You is your priorities is your priority I'm trying to think of how to say this. Is your priority to get him back on your terms, or is your priority to get the relationship to be harmony as both of you as one? Because there is something here about your subconscious needs to be reprogrammed. And so that means there is something in the background that needs to change. Something that you have learned that interferes. You think you want, but it's not doing this any good. Oh, so he needs to leave his karmic. And it's in your subconscious. Not about him and his karmic, but it's your subconscious. He's mirroring you. You are mirroring him. I know how twin flames work, by the way. But it's your subconscious. It's something here in your subconscious that you need to work through. It's you know that you're just mirrors to each other, right? And so if you're just mirrors to each other, you have to understand what you've been working through, your anxiety and your tension and everything that's been going on has a lot to do with how you react. And again, I'm going to mention about nervous system dysregulation. So we tend to project. And when our nervous system is out of alignment, we become out of alignment, and then we project our fears. Instead, we need to be in a state of truth and honor and love and integrity and authentic. I can't say it, being authentic. And so when we are in our authentic selves, we are not focused on another. We are true to our own self and being. And so there is something here that he is with someone else because you left something of your own. So there is something here about, have you tried a couple of my meditations? Let me see. Yeah. Let me see if I can find one of my meditations. I'll put it in the chat. Yeah. I create hypnosis. They're subconscious reprogramming videos. I'm a past life regression. I do past life regressions. I've also been coaching twin flames for like 18 years. I have a bunch of books too. So there is a. All right. So there's a bunch of videos that I've posted. Like, Be Seen, this one is great for removing the heart wall. So when we put our protection up and we guard ourselves, I don't think that's the one for you. The Call Them In, that's 9 hours of soulmate hypnosis. There's a whole bunch of different videos in there. There's like 9 different videos in that one. It's to heal attachment, release limerence. And a lot of people in the twin flame journey, there is this gray line of what is limerence and what is real. I truly believe in twin flames. I also coach on limerence because we tend to get stuck in the part that is illusions, and there is a difference to illusions and what is real, right? So do past life regression for soulmate and love connection and heal abandonment. Or I've also another one for a heal scarcity consciousness and body abundance now. That one might be good for somebody else here. But here, I'm just going to copy this link and put it in the super chat. And let me see. Oh, here we are. Activation. Open your heart to divine love. This is a good one here. Here, I'll just put you. There's a bunch of videos. I have a bunch of videos. So those are good ones to play around with. I have a whole bunch. So just look under my videos and you might be able to find some there. Thank you, Love Wheel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. You're gonna find balance. You're gonna find it's something to do with your manifesting, and it's subconscious that's interfering. So when we manifest, we think we manifest. I do see he feels quite lost without you, by the way. You know, he does feel quite lost without you. Yeah, no, I keep on getting he's quite lost. He's quite lost. So, in order for him to find himself, you need to find your center. You need to come back into your complete wholeness. You need to become one and know that he will follow that light, if that makes sense. Don't focus on what he's doing. You need to know that he needs to come to you. Don't tell him to come to you. Let him lead. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I have a bunch of books on my, here, I'm just going to put it here. It's the same name as my channel. Get your soulmate, dump the rest. There's a bunch of books there, and I think that one that you might enjoy to read, I'll give you for the next, when I'm done with this, I'll go and give 3 books away for free of Love in the 12th Dimension. And that would be a good one. I'll give away 3. So what you have to do is just put it in your cart, and I'll put it in the bottom of this channel. There'll be a coupon code, and you'll be able yeah. Well, I got twice in the reading that he feels really lost. Yeah, he feels quite lost. Yeah, I'll give away 3. Like I said, once I go off here, I'll post a coupon code. And when I post that coupon code, you'll be able to check out. You don't have to put anything to do with money there. You do have to do your email address, and then you put the coupon code, and it will just, put it to 0. You don't have to add any of money or anything like that, and you can check it right out. And so I'll give away, meaning 3 books. So 3 of you will be able to get the book tonight. Or basically the first 3 books that goes, and then I'll just turn it off, the free book. Yeah. Love in the 12th Dimension. I don't want to take time putting the coupon code right now as I'm talking. I don't want to make you guys all wait. Or I could probably do it right now and send you the link. But so yes, there is an opportunity. You need to do the work. It says here that you have to make a choice. You need to follow through with it. And yeah, this is not exploring. This is like buckle down. It's time to do things the way that you're supposed to. In the past, you didn't know how to protect yourself. You didn't know how to do things the way you're supposed to do, and things went sideways with your honey. But you know that this was destined. This was something that was supposed to happen with you too. And obviously you just didn't have the ability to navigate this correctly. You may not get the message right away, but you know that this is going to change everything between you two. And that's what's coming up through you, for you. Yeah. Watch out. The no one compares to you energy. If you are putting out to the universe that no one compares to him, be careful, because the universe will make it seem like even you and him are not one, because that's the thing, you're separating yourself from him. And understand, there's something about the subconscious you need to work through. There's just something about a shift, something about the energy, something about the duality, because the duality is about separation from yourself. And separation from yourself means that you go and put up your own imprisonment. And sometimes we put up those imprisonments to protect ourselves, but we lose ourselves and we self-abandon ourselves. And so there's a lot of this going on right here. So there is something here about you being love to yourself, to the collective, and understanding how sometimes love means believing in miracles, even though what you're experiencing may be difficult or hard. Knowing this is not for you to be in pain, but to believe that a day everything can change. Everything is really an illusion in some way. The only thing that is real is the love. All right. Lovely Amanda, do you want to check in? Do you want to check in? All right, we'll check in. And Marina, check, like I said, you can go and check on the website if you want. You just put in your cart. Just give me a little time to put that code on and then add it, and you can be able to check that book out. And I'll leave it so that a couple of you can have the book. All right, lovely Amanda. Cards wanted to jump out of my hands a couple of times. All right. All right. I don't know if I want to tell you what it says. You don't want to let go. There is a transformation that has to happen here. And this is about completing a cycle. All right. So you feel like it's over, but you're not accepting it to be over. And that's in the past. You didn't listen. You didn't listen. You didn't pay attention. You didn't understand. You were like not hearing. what was being told to you. And that's because you weren't ready to go on the journey. And, you've been really good at accepting the fact that, he may be not in your life. But, energetically, you're blocking him having the ability to actually show up for you. I'm seeing here that you still have to learn how to regulate some internal mechanism. There is something that is going on where it's your Kundalini energy that is not yet harnessed properly. You have to understand, when you can manage that, you will see everything be complete. He doesn't believe that you guys can get along without the conflict, whatever that is. But he is coming soon. I'm getting, yeah, you're blocking him from doing what he needs to do. He's not sure how he even found you. He's not even sure how this all happened. He's a little confused to how this all became what it is. He's like, you didn't even let me initiate how this happened. So he feels left out in your relationship, I guess. But he likes it. He likes it. He's enjoying your attention. He just doesn't know how you made the decision that's what it is. He wanted the power and control over it. Let me look into this a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, why did it not feel complete yet? It didn't feel complete yet because you weren't familiar with how this journey works. You figured out how to balance your energies, but you still needed to understand how to release a karmic block. And, you found yourself, you started working hard, you started, feeling validated, you started feeling really good, you felt provided for energetically. But somehow you made this continue instead of letting go. And because when you figure it out, he'll come back to you, but there's going to be a little conflict you need to deal with. That's what I got for you. Alrighty, ladies and gents, I think I am gonna go and sign off and get some rest. I got a long day tomorrow and it's getting a little late for me. I was really happy to be able to have you guys all join me tonight. And I really appreciate you. I'm going to go on the website. I'm going to go and do that coupon. I'm going to post it below. And all of you who use it, yeah, it's 1022 here, so it must be 222 there. I'm going to go and post that coupon code, and a bunch of you can go and use it. And I will see you all soon. I posted a bunch of short videos from my January monthly readings. They were pretty good, had a lot of information that I found was really important to share. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for checking in, and I'll be here, if not this week, definitely next weekend. Sorry.